What happens when you're feeling stuck and you just don't know where to turn? Find out what you can do by listening to this week's episode of This Woman Can. Hey everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of This Woman Can. I am your host, Janice Sutherland, coach for the maturing black woman. And I wanted to share this week's episode. I wanted to share a little bit. You know those moments when you find yourself going through the motions. You know, you're just going through life, you're just doing things, you're on autopilot, and you just feel a little bit stuck. And you sense it's time for a change. And yeah, as we mature and evolve, it's definitely times for changes. And we've all experienced those times when, as I said, life feels a little bit repetitive. It's just like we're on a hamster wheel, the same thing, you know, different day. And as I said, lately I've been going through the same and definitely feel a little uninfused with life in general. But it's a natural part of life, I accept that. So today I want us to explore some practical strategies to overcome this feeling, revitalise your path, and embark on any new journeys that you see fit that comes out of it to help you get out of that situation. So let's start by recognising the signs of stagnation, because that's what it is. You know, we feel a bit stagnant, we're a bit stuck, we're just sitting there, we're not moving. And it's common to feel like we're on autopilot, like we're doing the same thing day in, day out. You might notice a little lack of enthusiasm, perhaps even some restlessness. I know I definitely have those days where I get a little antsy and a little restless. And as I said, but you need to remember that it's natural to feel this way as we mature, because it actually signifies growth and that it's time for a change. Those are the little things, internal things, that are telling us it's time to make a difference, do something differently. Let's change it up a little. But getting out of that rut, getting out of that feeling, overcoming that feeling can often feel easier said than done. And that's for a number of reasons. We're in our comfort zones because those ruts bring us a sense of familiarity and comfort. Even if it's not fulfilling, you know, for us, breaking out of this can feel a little bit daunting. So it can be a little bit scary. There can be a lack of motivation. A rut often coincides with a lack of motivation or inspiration, and that in itself can make it very challenging to take the necessary steps to make that change, because we do lack the motivation throughout that process. There's fear of the unknown. Making a change, most people do not like to change because change is uncertain, and many people fear that uncertainty, fear the unknown. And leaving that rut, coming out of it, means stepping into that unfamiliar territory, which again can feel scary. We've got habitual patterns. You know, as I said, we're going through the process, we're going through the motions. These are all repetitive behaviours, and ruts are often characterised, I say, by those repetitive behaviours. Over time, these habits become deeply ingrained, and you know, it's like you've got a habit, sometimes it can be very difficult to break it. We're dealing with good old self-doubt, because feeling stuck can erode your self-confidence, making it difficult to believe in your ability to change and succeed. So it kind of just keeps us there because we doubt that we can do it. There's external pressures, depending on what it is, depending on what we feel needs to change. Maybe it's work, you know, things like that. That's a big thing. And there's those external factors, you know, such as your role, such as your job or family commitments, can actually limit your time and your energy for self-improvement. And it can also restrict what you think, the options you believe or you feel you have. And that leads me into overthinking, because when we're overthinking it, we're overanalyzing, we're overthinking the situation, and that in itself can create a mental block, making it very difficult for us to see how we can take action. So getting out of that rut often requires a combination of self-awareness, setting achievable goals, you know, seeking support and pushing beyond that comfort zone, because change takes time and effort. You didn't get where you are overnight in that rut, so you're not going to get out of it overnight. But there are things you can actually do. The first thing I want to know, as I said at the top of the program, that feeling in a rut, that stagnation, that wanting to grow, that wanting to change is all a part, it's a vital part of evolution. So as I said, that's what leads to our personal and professional growth, because we're actually evolving, and having that self-awareness is the key to understanding our evolution, because that will help us see the path that aligns with where we want to get to and where we are today. So, okay, Janice, how do you break out of that rut? How do you embrace that change? As I said, one of the things you can do is start by setting specific and achievable goals. This will give you a clear path forward. Another strategy is to seek mentors, role models, someone who you can talk to, who can provide guidance and inspire your journey. And of course, don't forget to challenge yourself, because new experience in itself can bring about that change, can invigorate. This week, I have been recording interviews with a number of women, upcoming interviews, who change careers past 50 and beyond, from a US national aerobics champion in her 60s to a woman who got divorced after 35 years of marriage and became a successful entrepreneur. It wasn't easy, but they knew they couldn't stay where they were. They knew they had to evolve. They knew they'd outgrown or needs to change out the situation they were in. And they found new success and being motivated to make that change. As I said, change often brings about uncertainty, and it's absolutely natural to feel a bit anxious or hesitant when you're going to start something new. It's a sign of your growth. Embrace it and its potential for wonderful surprises along the way. I know I certainly am. I view change as a natural progression, especially as I approach, as I am now, my birthday, because I always feel that's a time, that's like a rebirth, it's time for renewal. So you'll definitely be seeing some changes from me and my focus that will benefit you as a listener. So watch or listen to this space. And if what you're hearing resonates with you, but you're still unsure what to do, let me share one little piece of advice with you. And one little piece is going to be, it starts small. Absolutely start small. Because often when we're feeling stuck, the sheer idea of making a significant change can be overwhelming. So instead, I want you to focus on taking small, manageable, bite-sized steps in the direction you want to go. It could be as simple as setting a specific goal for the day, trying a new activity, or reaching out to someone for some support. Those small actions can build momentum and lead to more significant changes over time. So I want you to do that today. Think about what one small action you can take that will help you get out of that rut. And that's it for this week. Short and simple. Thank you for joining this week's edition of This Woman Can. As I said, there's lots of things happening in the next few weeks as I'm evolving and I'm getting out, making a change, and getting out of my own personal rut. So I can't wait to share that with you. So until next time, take care.